I don't want life to be ordinary. I want it to be extraordinary. The difference is just a little extra. How do you define living a little extra? For me, it's about living a life that I love. It's finding joy, connecting deeply with my family, feeling energetic, following my dreams, making a difference, and having fun. When I think about how best to do all those things, it comes down to a lot of little choices, moments, and insights related to my personal well-being. Being healthy, managing stress, being fit and active, being patient and present, creating memories and bonding with my kids, eating well, getting enough sleep, staying positive. But here's the problem. I don't have time. I have 99 things to do, and drinking more water isn't on top of that list. Not to mention, how am I supposed to do all of these things when I also have responsibilities, work, kids, a partner, aging parents? How am I supposed to do all the things I need to do, leave time for the things I want to do, while also juggling all the other roles and responsibilities that I have? This is the journey that I'm on. This is the journey we're all on. If we haven't met before, my name is Rishma Walji. Professionally, I have a PhD and I spent time in research and teaching in academia. I also worked for about 20 years in clinical practice as a naturopathic doctor. Personally, I'm a mom of 2 incredible young humans. I'm married to my best friend and the love of my life, and I have an amazing village of family and friends in my circle who enrich me in so many ways. I'm a wannabe dancer. I'm an incessant bookworm, and I will trade almost anything for a travel adventure. The reason this podcast is important to me is because we don't want to let life pass us by. We don't want to wake up 10 years from now and wish that we enjoyed our kids more, or that we took better care of ourselves, or that we communicated better with our partner, or that we spent less time worrying and more time enjoying. And we shouldn't have to wait until our kids are grown up and move out before we figure out who we are, what we like, what's important to us as individuals, not just as a parent or as a spouse. We need to do all that now, but it's really tough. It's tough to change things when inertia and momentum carry you along. It's tough to stop long enough to figure out what you need and how to get it. And it's tough to break old patterns and create new ones. But I want to. I need to. It's not enough to know what to do. It's not even enough to know how to do it. I think to be really deliberate in life, you need to know how things work, and then you need to become self-aware so you can find a way to make it work for you. That's the key. Knowing how things work and then figuring out how to make it work for you. I like to geek out, learn how things work in the body, in the brain, and our emotions. And then with that, I look at myself, my life, my personality, my goals, my challenges, and I try to figure out how to make meaningful change, not because it's on a list, but because it will actually make a difference in my life. This is also how I used to help my patients, and it's the same way I help myself. Let me give you some examples so you know how I think. Telling me to stretch feels like a chore, and it's less effective than helping me figure out how to want to stretch, and maybe even how to turn it into a habit. Telling me that I need to be more patient with my kids maybe might be true sometimes, but honestly doesn't feel that great, and isn't as useful as offering me a strategy that I can use when I'm feeling less than patient. Telling me to meditate because I'm stressed out about being busy feels impossible. But understanding how meditation works allows me to incorporate other ways of finding peace and calm that could be a bridge to real meditative effects. Wanting or dreaming of a happy family is nice, but what's more tangible is learning ways to help my brain store and recall happy moments more readily. This podcast isn't going to be me telling you what to do with your health. You know your own life, your circumstances, your body, your emotions. What it is going to be is a discussion about life and health and wellness. I'm curious. I like to dive deep into topics because I have some knowledge and experience, and I can make connections and test out theories in different ways. I like to know how things work and then figure out how to optimize that to make life better in whatever format or amount works best for that time and place and situation in life. And if you know me, you know that I always go deep. I can't have a superficial conversation. I'm friendly and supportive and understanding. I'm also honest and challenging and not afraid to call things out. So what can you expect from the XO Conversations podcast? You know those conversations that get you excited and fired up and inspired, and you leave with your head spinning with ideas and thoughts and realizations? Or those conversations that make you feel like you're connected to someone on a deep level, like they just get you? You feel seen and heard and validated and understood? What about those conversations that make you think in a new way or stimulate you to reflect on who you are and how you live, and even inspire change to move towards who you want to be and how you want to live? Those are the conversations that light me up. Those are the conversations that inspire this podcast. If you want to add extra into your life, if you're interested in diving deep into how things work in terms of your physiology, neurology, psychology, and if you're the type of person who will experiment on what will work for you and hopefully share it with me so we can do this together, then I look forward to connecting with you throughout this podcast. So let's go back to the personal well-being list from the beginning. Drink more water. Episode 1, how to really create a habit. Check. Be more patient and present. Episode 2, meditation for people who can't meditate. Check. Making memories with my family. Episode 3, the dash. Check. This podcast is my creative pursuit, my journey to add extra into my ordinary life. I hope you'll join me. Remember to subscribe and join the conversation at livingxo.com.